You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, B&B fans, in this video, we are going to talk about exactly why Thomas Forrester dodged a bullet and should keep running far and fast away from Hope Logan. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive into all this, but please click subscribe if you're not following us already. So, as of now, Thomas is plowing forward with his plans to marry Paris Buckingham. He has made it crystal clear to Hope Logan that they want different things, and it's best for him to stay away from her, stay apart, be with a woman who is in the same place in her life that he is. And not only that, you know, Paris is smart, she's beautiful, she's talented, she's fond of his son, she's fabulous. But it's also very clear, I think, that Thomas still carries love in his heart for Hope. You don't get over an obsessive love like that in just a few months, but you can certainly make a significant start on getting over it. And I do think Thomas is sincere in his love for Paris, and I do think he is committed to marrying her and expanding his family, but will they make it down the aisle? That remains to be seen. So today, I want to talk about why Thomas Forrester dodged a bullet, because I do think he did, and 5 reasons he should keep stepping further away from Hope. Heck, I think he should just run, hightail it the other way. And by the way, this is not me being anti-Thomas and Hope. This is me looking at it from the perspective of Thomas as a person and what's good for him. So number 1, the very first reason Thomas shouldn't look back is that he was Hope's beck and call boy. You know, he was utterly whipped when they were together. Whatever she wanted, he gave her. Whatever she told him to do, he did. Everything in their relationship was on her terms to meet her desires, her demands, her needs. Thomas was definitely not the driving force in that relationship, and they were definitely not on equal footing. Even though he was willing to put up with it in the short run, in the long run, it would have caused problems. That's the kind of thing that low burning resentment builds up, because you just can't have a relationship that imbalanced and think it can function long term. At least not with somebody just accepting being a second-class citizen in the relationship. All right, number 2. There's the fact that Hope was unable to commit to Thomas even after he gave her a long time to come around to it. It was over a year ago, late June 2023, when Hope Logan grabbed Thomas and pulled him into a kiss in Rome with her husband, Liam Spencer, watching them completely shocked. So right after that, Liam demanded a divorce, and it was made final a few months later. They kind of glossed over that. It was like an after the fact mention. So we don't know the exact date, but we're talking about a year of dating, a year of sharing a bed, sharing a son, sharing career interests at Hope for the future. If a year together didn't have Hope ready to commit, or at least ready to say, okay, we can get engaged and have a long engagement, you know, it's hard to see her changing her mind anytime soon. And that's what Thomas proved to her when he fake proposed at the July 4th party. She doesn't seem to want to be his wife, period. He wants a wife. He needs to keep heading in the other direction. So the third thing is their extremely messy history. Just another reason Thomas should keep walking away, because if he's with Hope, he will be constantly reminded of the mistakes of his past for the rest of his life. Even though Hope's gotten past the whole baby Beth lie, which he did not start, nor did he steal her baby, just as a reminder, someone else stole the baby. He was just in on the lie. Everybody else in Hope's life likes to dredge up his mistakes. In particular, Liam and Finn. And there's also his past obsessive behavior with Hope, which Brooke Logan likes to bring up regularly. And lest we not forget, there was his fake engagement to Zoe Buckingham, where he gaslit her into agreeing to marry him while he was really trying to gaslight Hope into taking her place as the bride on their big day. There's just so much there between them that's twisted and just unhinged back when Thomas's mental health was in the crapper. I do believe Thomas has changed, but at the same time, he probably doesn't want to hear about these mistakes over and over, and he absolutely will if he stayed with Hope. The fourth thing to consider in why Thomas should walk away is Hope Logan turning into this unfaithful creature. I don't even know if she's turning into it or if it's just getting more frequent. She was openly and flagrantly cheating on Liam when she turned to Thomas in Rome. And after that one discussion with Liam, she got in Thomas's bed. I mean, heck, she got pregnant by Liam. Remember when he was with Steffi? Their relationship was kind of rocky, but he was still with Steffi when she got pregnant. And now, unbeknownst to everybody but her mom, Brooke, Hope is lusting after Steffi's husband, Finn. Brooke's worried that Hope is turning into her, as Stephanie called her, the slut of the valley. Hope doesn't live in the valley. They'll have to think of a new name for her if she keeps on this road. But I absolutely think Brooke is right to be concerned. Hope doesn't seem like she can keep it in her pants, and I don't think Thomas should trust her. What happens if Thomas chose her, they stay together, they get married, and then someone else catches her eye and Hope cheats on him like she did on Liam? It's a possibility, especially if she is turning into her mother. All right, the fifth and final reason Thomas should stay far away from Hope Logan is to preserve his mental health. He needs a balanced relationship with an equal partner. We all do, right? I mean, I think that's fair. Somebody who loves him as much as he loves her. Someone who wants the same things out of life, especially right now at this pivotal point. He said he's not getting any younger. He wants to get married. He wants to start a family. Somebody who respects him, doesn't try to control him. And Paris Buckingham seems legitimately smitten with Thomas. And although Hope keeps harping on the whole 3-month thing as moving too fast, there's so much more nuance to it. Paris and Thomas were friends for years, real friends. They were even roommates at one point. So there was this firm foundation already there. If you've ever had a relationship that sprang out of friendship, you know how strong it can be and how fast it can move because you're already like 50% of the way there by having a good friendship. So they had that firm foundation. They knew each other well, knew their likes and dislikes, and she already knew Douglas, and she knew what kind of man Thomas was, including all his past mistakes, the whole brain bleed, brain surgery, Hope obsession, Hope mannequin, all that. Paris knows all of that, and she still fell in love with him. And to me, that makes her a keeper among other things like the smart, the beautiful, the talented, the nice, the kind, the good stepmom. So she and Thomas didn't go from 0 to engaged in 90 days. They went from really good friends to her comforting him while his broken heart was healing to a romance to an engagement. But they already had that foundation. So Thomas, for his own sanity, should turn his back on Hope, put her behind him, move forward with Paris. His obsession with Hope almost ruined his life, and he seems quite healthy, quite stable, quite happy with Paris. However, I do have to say, despite all this, and despite that I think it would be healthier for Thomas to be with Paris, I do suspect ultimately B&B is going to fall back to Thope as a couple, but only time will tell. That's my 5 reasons. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.